Empower supports, it means that after the admissions has come to you, you will now use that admission letter to apply for a loan from Empower. Okay, and remember, when you're applying for this loan from Empower, make sure, I think Empower will give you like 1 year to pay back the loan. Make sure that you are taking the loan, like get the loan for the complete program. Like if your tuition fee plus living cost is going to sum up to $40,000, collect the loan from Empower for that amount. Beautiful people, welcome back to our page, and thank you so much. Our channel or our page, still the same thing. Thank you so much for joining today. Happy New Year if you're new here. For my old subscribers, welcome back to our channel. And today I want to talk about something that I've noticed. I will be talking about some universities or colleges in Canada. But first, let me draw your attention to the fact that if you have been waitlisted to study in Canada by Nbcc, this is my stand. First, if Nbcc has waitlisted you, I will advise you to take a look at the steps ahead, like what are the chances of going in, because of course a lot of people actually apply to Nbcc. This is something you should put into consideration. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of other nationality. Waitlisting means that you are actually qualified for the program, but there are a lot of people who are supposed to go into the program. Now, what is the way forward? The way forward is only if these people that have been accepted into the program, they do not pay their first deposit. How much is the first deposit for Nbcc? It is just $500. With this, you are good to go to apply for your visa. Now, the problem is that some people who actually apply to Nbcc, this is the first advantage of you who have been waitlisted and who have the money to proceed. Some people who were accepted to Nbcc might not have the required amount of money, because recently the Canadian government increased the living cost money from $10,000 to $20,635. So this is where the problem is going to be. Maybe somebody who was already planning that, okay, I'm going to pay this, then later on I will do this and do that, I do that. Now the money has been increased to almost twice, like the living cost money. So now some of these people might not pay the first deposit again, and in this case you have an advantage, because as soon as the deadline elapses and somebody doesn't pay, Nbcc is going to take the offer from the person and give to the next person in the crew. But another problem would be how many people are in the crew. Advantage now most international students have is that there is still time. But this time that we are looking at, remember, a lot of people are equally applying. Okay? A lot of people are equally applying. So my first advice here is, if you have a pending application, like if you have been waitlisted for Nbcc, it is time for you to look at other colleges or other universities. Another advantage I will give, or advice I will give to you, is if you apply to a college before, right, take a look at your documents and look at what you have, and you may consider applying for a university that is a member, like that can be sponsored or supported by Empower. Now, why did I say so? The reason is because Empower is a loan organization. They give loan to students worldwide. As I speak to you, I have 3 students who have gotten loans from Empower. And the problem now is they are still facing difficulties getting the last part of the money, since they are sponsoring themselves. What happens with Empower now? If you get an admission in any university or any school that Empower supports, it means that after the admissions has come to you, you will now use that admission letter to apply for a loan from Empower. Okay, and remember, when you're applying for this loan from Empower, make sure, I think Empower will give you like 1 year to pay back the loan. Make sure that you are taking the loan, like get the loan for the complete program. Like if your tuition fee plus living cost is going to sum up to $40,000, collect the loan from Empower for that amount. Okay, like get the total amount from Empower. This way is going to help you. Now you are only going to use the loan to apply for your visa. It's recognized. Empower is a very big organization. You use a loan to apply. It's even better you get a loan from Empower to use it than to get a loan from your local bank in your home country, because the charges and maybe say the interest rate may be more. That's the first option for you to show proof of funds. But those that apply to Nbcc, I'm not sure if Nbcc is also affiliated to Empower. But however, if you think you cannot afford, drop the admissions and apply to a university. But remember, when you are applying to a university, you should be able to defend yourself. I have a lot of videos on this channel to explain all of this. Now, if you apply to Nbcc and you got waitlisted, and those of you who apply to Nscc, this is now for those of you who apply to Nscc. Please, I don't know if Nscc in Nova Scotia has started offering admissions. But another thing I would like to tell you is, before, remember when most African countries were stopped, Nigerians and Ghanaians were stopped from applying to Nbcc, around September 4th, I think that was the time Nscc had opened its doors for internationals. Now, this is the problem. A lot of other students will equally be waitlisted in this Nscc. So if you apply to Nscc around October ending November, December, my advice to you is apply to other universities as you watch this video. The reason I'm saying this is because Nscc also has a quota. As soon as they reach that quota, they will equally waitlist a lot of applicants. And remember, now Nscc has not even started giving offers out. I'm not sure if they have started. Remember, also before they will even start giving offers to those that applied this year, there were some people who had been waitlisted. Some people applied since June, July. They were waitlisted for the other semester. They couldn't move. Nscc couldn't give them offers. Now, Nscc, there is a chance that Nscc is going to grant these people offers this time around when they start giving admissions offers. And you that apply this September, October that just passed, you may not get a position. So the reason I'm suggesting that you should apply to other schools is that so as to increase your chances. And a lot of other people also, Nscc is not that expensive when it comes to tuition. Almost the same rate, 11,700 times 2 for 2 years program. But now the problem is going to be some people will still get the offers and still drop from the offers. Like Nigerians, I know a lot of Nigerians are going through a lot of stress now when it comes to this proof of funds because of their currency. There is a school I want to talk about, okay, that if you apply to these two schools and you think you can apply to this, you should apply. This school is going to charge you 140 euros. Am I correct? 140 euros for application fee. The school is located in British Columbia, and the name of this school is called Kwantlen Polytechnic. You just need your basic high school documents to apply. They have certificate programs and diploma programs, but remember, 1 year in this particular school will cost you like $18,000 per programs. Now, the advantage with Kwantlen Polytechnic is that schools like this, a lot of students will not apply. Do you know why? One, British Columbia is somehow populated. A lot of people may be running away from there. Away from the populated aspect of it or the population aspect of it, who requires a 5,200 deposit, but again, it is refundable. So which means that if your visa is rejected, it is refundable. This money, a lot of people do not have this money. These are about how many millions? I don't remember how many millions in CFA France. A lot of people do not have such money to deposit. That is where Nbcc and Nscc will give them an upper hand, because Nscc is $1,000 deposit. Nbcc is $500 deposit. Now, look at where the advantage is. Those that have the money will apply, but those that do not have the money will not apply, right? So if you have the money and you think you are looking for extra opportunities, some people will get admissions here. Some people had already applied without looking at the tuition fee and without looking at the deposit. I say so because I know so. So now when they will now notice the deposit and the tuition and everything, they might be forced to drop. This is where you now go in. So the essence here is try to apply to many schools as it is now. This is the peak of admissions, January. If you don't apply now, forget about it. It may be difficult for you to go in September or October abroad, yes. I'm just giving you facts. It may be, I'm not saying it's impossible. Now, my final suggestion for those who are applying to Canada, guys, except that you really want to move only to Canada, do not rely on the Canada admissions. If you apply to Canada, try to apply to Europe. And I will advise you that applying to Europe, you should also consider the country you are applying to in Europe. It's very important. Don't go and apply to Germany. Don't go and apply to Spain, to Portugal, maybe to Poland. Getting appointments to Poland and Germany is a daunting task. You may never even get it, especially if your results were not good in high school and your bachelor's degree level. Like if you got third class or maybe your results were all C grades, it's going to be difficult for you to get appointments at the, or maybe Polish embassy and German embassy. So that's why I'm telling you that it's always good to know what you are doing. For example, you may decide to go for Austria or Poland or Portugal, not Poland. The reason you are going to Portugal is because Portugal may charge tuition fee in installment. You can pay in installment, even 5 or 6 installment. And Portuguese, like their universities are not very expensive, right? With maybe 1,500, 2,000 euros, you are good to go. You can find a program. Then for Austria, you will be charged like 720, 740 euros maximum, but it's not up to 800 euros, right? Now, the advantage here is that their tuition is very affordable. Then their appointment is somehow, you will obviously get appointment if you do it quickly. But the problem with Austria now is legalization. The problem with Portugal is legalization. You see? Then another option is Switzerland, but the problem now is proof of funds. So guys, you have to put all this into consideration. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. I'm just trying to put in my 2 cents here. Try to go for more colleges for Canada. Those who are in Canada, go for more colleges. Then increase your applications. If you still had offers that you still don't know, add more applications. Then look at universities in Europe that are cheap and affordable and you can pay instrumentally like for the rate of Portugal. But remember, you need to do legalization. You see, so you are running from one side and coming this way to still meet the same problem. So at the end of the day, you have to put in time, resources, energy and money to actually move abroad. This is the only way out as of 2024. So I just said, let me contribute my 2 cents here. Guy, look at this, put in the work. And before you know, you will be in Europe or even in Canada. Proof of funds will be a problem, yes, but as you fight and you re-strategize, ideas will come in and you plan and you move. I hope this video will help you. Don't take this video too hard. I'm just trying to bring in knowledge, to share knowledge with you so that you see reasons of doing many applications and trying further options. I hope you understand. To those international students who have been asking me, Milton, can I study abroad if I have just ordinary level certificate and advanced level certificate? To those of you who have been asking me if you can study abroad with your baccalaureate examination, your CAP, your probatoire and baccalaureate examination or results, and to those of you who have been asking me if you can study abroad with WAEC certificates only, this is a video for you to watch. And please, if you are new here, do not forget to share this video and like the video. Press the like button and also subscribe to our channel while sharing so that somebody can benefit from this information. If you are new here, my name is Milton. Please remember, Milton said on a particular day that with your high school documents, you can study abroad. Now, this is the difference, and this is what a lot of people do not understand. There are certain countries where using just your high school documents, you will not get admissions. There are certain places, if you have been out of school for maybe like 3, 4 or 5 years and above, you may not get admissions. Now, the easiest place you can get admissions to using just your O levels, your A levels, your WAEC, your NECO, and your baccalaureate, your WASI, that has been old. Like if you haven't been to school for like 3, 4, 5, 6 or even 10 years, you can use your high school documents and apply to this particular country. The country is Canada. Do you know why I said so? Because in Europe, the competition is high. They will not drop people who recently left high school and take you that have been out of school for a very long time. If you are looking for a country where you can use your high school documents, your WAEC certificate that you haven't used, that you got 10 years or even 15 years back, I will advise you to get a college in Canada. Apply to colleges in Canada, and if you can apply to many colleges as possible, you stand a chance to get admissions and of course defend your title. But remember, you are now applying to something that when you are doing the application, make sure you are applying to something that relates to what you are actually doing at the moment, not what you did some maybe 3, 4 or 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Apply to what you are doing at the moment. This way is going to give you upper hand to get whatsoever thing you need. I hope you understand. So with those who have been asking me, can I study in Canada? Can I study abroad? You can study abroad. The reason why I choose Canada is because it is going to be easy for you to go into colleges and study a diploma program, a certificate program, or even into universities like Manitoba and Saskatchewan. It will be easy to get admissions than in Europe, because sometimes in Europe the competition is so high and a lot of people are applying because of the cost. I hope you enjoy this. Till we meet again.